Good morning, everybody. In today's class, we shall be looking for the very first poem of our book, that is The Heart of the Tree, written by Henry Golub Bonham. So, in today's session, students, we shall be covering all these points about author, signpost, themes, style, title, and then after original text. So, we shall cover all these points. We will know something brief about your poet. Then after signpost, the important things based on your poem. We have a theme, style, and then title. Then after I will explain you the original text, the book, the original poem, okay, line by line. So let us begin the class. You can see that here is mention on your screen about your author, that Henry Cullum Bonner, 1885 to 1896. Okay, so he was an American novelist. Clear. He born on 3 August 1855 in New York, and he got his education in New York City. The title, The Heart of the Tree. Okay, the heart of the tree suggests the most important quality of the tree. The poem which we have today, in which we find that a number of benefits was given by the writer, the poet. He gives us the benefits, the things that we are somewhere not familiar completely. And I must say that after studying this poem, you are somewhere familiar with the things, with the benefit that really does not come in our mind till now. So when we talk about its title, we will talk on title in detail, but for here I will tell you the title, the heart, how the heart is important for human beings. No, so he's somewhere going to compare a heart with the tree. So a heart is very much important for human beings as the tree also very much important for human beings and in our life. Okay, so on the title we have a discussion later. Let us see first about the author, and then after signpost. You know that by asking a question, that who plants, what does he plants, who plants the tree. We have three stanzas in our or this poem. In each stanza there is a question raised by the writer. The very beginning line of the poem says and ask a question to us, that what does he plant, who plants a tree. Here writer just wanted to ask a question to his reader, that a person who is going to plant a tree, so what is the purpose of planting a tree by him, okay, by him or her. So that is why he make us familiar with the numerous ways that we get from the plant. So here we will have one by one. He says that he wants his reader to think about the answer, and then he himself gives the answer. Burner appreciate trees not only for their aesthetic values, but also their role in human welfare. According to writer, he is not going to classify it and then going to praise only the aesthetic value of the trees, but also is talking about what is their important and crucial role of plants in the life of human being. Okay, he says for him the tree proves to be a friend of the sun and the sky, which contributes positively for the growth of our nation. Okay, according to writer, the trees, the plants, they are the friend of sun and sky. Okay, and also they contributes a positively thought and positively factor to the growth of our country and our nation. Okay. The poet in a simple way described the importance of planting a tree. Here we find a simplest way in which anybody can get the proper idea to plant, and what we have the benefit of planting a tree. He says that plants are our true friends. They provide us cool breeze, and they are the embodiment of the beauty. Okay, the atmosphere where we live, with the help of plants only, it becomes very fresh. It purifies air so that we can take fresh air inside us. Clear. The man who plants a tree provides us what? Joy. Not only for us, but also not only for us, but also to the birds, to animals, and to all human beings. So a person who is going to plant a tree is he just going to make a friend of sun and sky. He is going to give and provides us joy. not only human but also birds and other animals. Okay, plants only. Now see the next point says plants only cause rain and thus the source of regeneration. According to writer, according to your poet, plants only the cause of rain and the source of regeneration. It's right. You know, plant enrich our forest and provide us food to human as well as animals. We cannot get only cool breeze by plants. Even we can get our food and then poach into medicine and much more from plants. So a man who plants a tree serves his neighborhood in many ways. Person who is going to plant a tree is not going to serve his home only. He will also serve his neighborhood as well as his country. Okay, a person who is going to plant a tree is somewhere very genius person. It's not an ordinary person. It's not a common person. It's somewhere a person who have a thought like God, as God just wants to give us something more for our beneficial, for our profit. So a person who is ready to plant a tree is somewhere and have the thought of humanity. Clear? Okay, then the last point says the heart is overjoyed, because by planting a tree he help us country to go from sea to sea. Because when a person plants a tree, in future it becomes a forest, because a new plant from that plant, then after new plants from that plant, so that becomes the process of generation to generation. So in this way he's not going to bloom his home and neighbor only, but his future generation. So this was all about the signpost of the poem. We have theme of this poem. Okay, according to writer, here we have two types of theme. The first is importance of trees for our survival. Another one is concern for the future of the earth. Okay, there are two themes on which writer is talking about. First is what is the importance of tree in our life, for our survival, and then the concern, he has consideration thought for the future on earth. Okay, what will be the future of earth, that we will see in the theme. So first we will talk on the first theme. So first theme is what? Importance of trees for our survival. How it is important? See, it says, okay, so here poet knows the crucial importance of trees for our survival. Why? Because trees cool the atmosphere and cause gentle rain. With the help of trees, as I told you, it only becomes, the atmosphere becomes only fresh, so that we can take breathe the fair air in us, and also to cause a gentle rain. With the help of plants only, there is a process of conspiration. So with the help of that only the rain only comes. Then after, they are the source of breezes free. That is the tree takes carbon dioxide and gives out oxygen from human being to inhale. That I told you, that what happened in atmosphere, how it makes how it gives us breeze free. So it takes in carbon dioxide and gives us oxygen, so that the atmosphere, it purifies air in this way. Okay, it purifies air as well as our atmosphere, and when we take breathe, when we inhale it, so fresh air goes inside, and then after we feel fresh. So that is important for our survival in this way. Okay, see one more thing. What about rain? So he says that it also transpiration from plants is an important process of earth water cycle, that I was talking to you, that is essential for them. So there is a process of water cycle, due to what? Due to plants only. So trees bear flowers and fruits. The seeds that fall from the plants sprout again and give birth many plants. I told you, then one plant, then after when it grows older, another plant, then after another plant. From there, generation to generation, this process is going on. So it gives us fruits and flowers, and it sprout again, so that it gives us many new plants. This way, this way, this process create dense forest. This process creates dense forest, and these forest will provide us boon for the future generation. Okay, what forest, what trees, what benefits we have today when we plant a forest today. So the person who is, means the person or the generation which is yet not born, in future when they will born, they will find 10 more benefits of that. Okay, they will find our heritage, they will find the forest as a boon that is given by a person who is going to plant a plant. So in this way, a number of benefits he has been given to us. He says plants provide us with all the essential nutrients for our body. Clear? They are the main source of medicine and wood. Medicine is very important as well as wood. So the people use wood for their trades and their business, as well as their daily routine, means the benefit of for their daily routines. Wood is very important for the trade products, and thus it's important and thus is its import and export with the country enriches the economy of the nation. He said that the medicine and the wood what we get from the plants. So due to wood, okay, the wood is very important trade that produce what? It's import and export, and the things with the process of importing and exporting, with the help of that our country enriches the economy. Okay, so it also grows. So there is a what we can say, the development of our country, that also can come in part of, that also affected and can come in part of tree. Okay, therefore a poet indirectly requests all the human beings to plant a tree. So that is why he asking a question. Then after giving answer himself, so that the readers can know the proper benefit of the plant, and he also plant a he or she also plants a tree. Okay, so the growth of the nation depends on plants, and tree plantation is thus indeed blessing on our neighborhood as well as our country. So that was the first theme I was talking about, why it is important for our survival. Now we have the second one. The second theme is concern for the future of the earth. Okay, so he has concern for the future of our earth. See, the poem brings forward the poet concerned about the future of the earth. It seems as if the poet could see the impending destruction, and thus indirectly appeal to the readers to plant tree, not only he themselves but also for the future generation. Okay, so here the writer is talking about maybe a vision. Okay, the poet have some vision for our future, for our future earth. Okay, so that is why he's saying that he's saying an indirect appeal to all the readers, so that the readers get familiar with all the benefits that was given by writer, and thereafter he starts planting tree. So that is why he says like this. And according to poet, our survival is greatly dependent on the forest. Is right. Trees not only beautify environment but to purify the air, cause rain, and provide us wood, timber, fruits, and medicine. So these things that we get from plants. So these things are very important for our future generation, for our future life. So that is why, if we will not plant a tree somewhere, our future is also in darkness. Okay. One who plants a tree plants the entire forest. This forest is thus harvest for the coming age. That I told, they plant a tree for the future benefits. Without tea, the world will become deserted, barren land, and all the living being would face hunger. So, if these things will not be getting by the plants, definitely all our lands will be barren, as well as the people will die for hunger. Thus, it is the tree which is responsible for the growth of mankind. The poet seems to be anxious about unborn eyes. See the word unborn eyes. You know, the person who is not yet born, I was talking about. The newborn people or the babies. They will go in our future and will become our generation. So the poet seems to be ancient about the new generation who is ready to come. What would be their future? What would be their generation? So he is somewhere ancient or the newborn eyes. And then he find a solution only to plant a tree. According to the poet, planting a tree is only the solution for their bright future, for the bright future of the new generation. So I hope, student, these two themes is clear to you. Now we are going to have the style of the poem that we will have today. First of all, form and structure. What form and style he has used here. See, the first is rhetorical question. What is rhetorical question? So rhetorical question is one for the questioner does not expect it. Okay, in which a rhetorical question. I hope in class 6 I only taught the student. Those who have taught by me, they know rhetorical question. This is the type of questioning form in which a writer or anybody asks a question and does not expect an answer. Okay, he simply asks a question and does not expect any answer. So what types of question that they can be? So see that what is the meaning of life? When a person asks what is the meaning of life, so he generally, okay, because this answer is somewhere not completely known by others, so he asks a question without having or without expecting the answer. Okay, so that was, I'm talking about rhetorical question. Now let's have the second thing, that is hypophora. So hypophora is also known as antipophora. Okay, hypophora is also known as antipophora. It is a figure of speech in which a writer raises a question. Okay, in which a writer raises a question and then immediately provides an answer to that question. Commonly, a question is asked in the first paragraph, and then the paragraph is used to answer the question. See that only I explaining you in the very beginning of my class, that in this antipophora or hypophora is a figure of speech in which a poet or a writer raise a question in the first paragraph, as it is a poem, so he has raised a question in the very beginning line of the of each stanzas, and then just after that line he's giving the proper answer of his question. So that types of figure of speech is known as hypophora. Okay, see that a question is raised by many times, or we can say thrice time in this poem, that what does he plants, who plants a tree, and then after the next lines have the answer, appropriate answer of this question. So that types of figure of speech is known as hypophora. That is a style used by the poet. Okay, now I just want to make you clear that what is the difference between hypophora and rhetorical question. Actually, in both of the forms, in both of the style, a writer asks a question, but the difference is that a writer provide an answer when he asks a question. He provides an answer when in hypophora. But what about rhetorical question? In that he does not expect any answer. Okay, and in the same way, there is no answer. Actually, he does not expect to answer to the reader. So that is the difference. Okay, rhetorical question, he asks a question and does not expect any answer. Hypophora, in which writer asks a question and himself gives the answer. Clear? Okay, alliteration. It is also one of the most important figures of speech we find in most of the poetry. What is this? So alliteration is a close repetition of consonants sounds. Okay, we find consonant sound in alliteration, whether it can be beginning of the word or generally it comes at the beginning of the words. Okay, for example, we can see that he plants a friend of sun and sky, he plants the flag of breezes free. So the letter S and S, sun and sky. So the first letter that sounds S. Okay, sun, sky. So they both are the letter which sounds the same. So that is why here we the writer use alliteration. The second says plants. He plants the flag or breezes free. So flag F and free F. These letters comes two times and then after that is why he used alliteration. Two more example I will take. He plants a home. Just wait. He plants a home to heaven and I in hushed and happy July heart. See the letter H one time came, two time came, three, four, and five times came. So in this way, the same letters coming again and again. There is a repetition of these letters, these sounds. So that is why this is called alliteration. When one letter comes, when many times, or there is a repetition of these letter in the line or in the poem. Okay. Now the next figure of speech what the writer has, that is metonymy. What is metonymy? So it is a figure of speech in which a thing or concept is referred to by the name of something closely associated with the thing or concept. What a concept, what a thing the writer is talking about. So he is not going to take directly the thing or that concept. Even the things or the things or the concept that is somewhere related to that particular thing in which he is talking about, that is somewhere closely associated with that particular or especially thing that the writer is talking about. See here we have the word like close shade, tender rain, friend of sun and sky, forest heritage, saps our leaves and wood. So these things, cool shade is somewhere closely associated with the trees. Tender rain. Okay, see. Tender rain is also somewhere closely associated with plants and trees. A friend of sun and sky, definitely a friend of sun and sky in the concept of this poem is closely associated with trees. The forest heritage is trees only, and the sap and leaf of the wood, what we have means the fruits and the seeds and the medicine, all the thing that is related to and have a close association of trees and plants. So metonymy is a type of figure of speech in which a thing and concept is referred to by the name of something which is closely associated with the concept or thing. So now we'll talk on title. So the heart of the tree is an appropriate title. Okay, the heart is one of the most important organs in entire human body. Okay, the human heart pumps the blood. See, pumps the blood which carries all vital minerals and nutrients in our body. When only the heart pumps the blood, it is able to transport oxygen from one part of the body to another. So due to that heart which pumps our blood, so then only when it pumps, so then the transport oxygen, then it is able to transport the oxygen from here to there in our body. So how the role of heart is very important in our life, that I just want to say. Likewise, a tree has certain qualities which are essential to human heart as well as our survival. So if there is tree, there will heart, and if there is heart, there will a human body, and then after a human being. Clear? And the another point he is saying, The trees absorb carbon dioxide and gives out life, leaving oxygen for us to inhale. I explained you trees cause rainfall. I explained you trees are essential for the harvest of a coming age. And like that, trees like human herd provide us with sap and leaf or leaves and wood. Sap and leaves and wood means the fruit and the medicine that we get from the plants. That is why all the required minerals, nutritions and materials thing that we get from it. Then the last says the herd here thus signifies the most important quality of the tree. Okay, now here is saying how it is appropriate. So the herd here thus signified, the herd here signified the most important quality of the tree, that can be concluded the title appropriate as the poem is about a tree and their importance for survival for mankind. So as the herd is very important for mankind because of its function, due to that similarly the plants are also very important in our life. Clear? Now student, we are going to have a poem. So if you have not open your book, you can please open your book, page number 8. You can take out your book, page number 8, those who have not opened. So the first stanza I am going to talking about you. So he's asking what does he plants? Who plants a tree? He plants a friend of sun and sky. He plants a flag of breezes free. The shaft of beauty towering high. He plants a home to heaven and I. For songs and mother croon of bird, in hushed and happy twilight heard. The treble of heaven's harmony, these things he plants who plants a tree. See, the writer is talking about what does he plants who plants a tree. So he plants a friend of sun and sky. He's talking about a person who is going to plant a tree. He actually plants a friend of sun and sky. He plants the flag of breezes free, the shaft of beauty towering high. He's saying the person who's going to plant a plant actually is going to make a friend of sun and sky. How he is going to make a friend of sun and sky? Okay, he is friend of, so the plants are the friend of sun. Why? Because when it grows, see, the shaft of beauty towering high. The shaft of beauty towering high means when it grows tall. Towering high means when it grows, it becomes tall and tall. Okay, it becomes tall, and then after it try to reach the shaft of beauty. It try to reach to catch the sunlight. So with the help of the sunlight, with the help of that sunlight, they have the process of photosynthesis, and then after they have their food. So that is why they are somewhere dependent on that sunlight. So they just wanted to catch it, to reach it on that particular sunlight. Okay, so in this way they are the friend of sun. Okay, they are the friend of sun, so that they take the sunlight from it, and then after they have the process of photosynthesis and they provide their food for themselves. So they are the friend of sun. Okay, because the shaft of beauty towering high, to reach to the sunlight, they grow tall. Okay, they grow tall. See, the second line is somewhere related to the next one. He plants a flag of breeze free. Flag of breeze free, that is talk. Suppose that this is the flag. So a flag, when a person just move it, when this flag moves, we find some cool and fresh air with its moving. Okay, so see the writer's imagination. When it moves, we get a fresh air with the help of this flag. So that is why he is saying that it is somewhere a friend of sky as well. So how it is going to have going to be a good friend of sky? So the way in which it makes our atmosphere fresh. Okay, as it takes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, from the air, and then after it gives it what? oxygen so that it makes us free. It makes and purify the air, and with the help of this purification we can take the pure air inside us. When we breathe we have pure air inside us, so that is why it is a soft breathe. Breathe free means soft and cold wind that is necessary for our life. Clear? So that is why writer is saying that when a person plants a tree, he plants a friend actually of sun and sky, because how the sun is very important for trees, as they are completely depending on the sunlight. So that is why they grow tall, they try to catch it, they have the process of photosynthesis, and then after they provide food for us, they make food for us and food for them. And then after, how it is a friend of the sky, so that in the atmosphere it takes carbon dioxide and it gives us, carry out what, oxygen. So that when it gives us oxygen, it carries out oxygen, people get it from the air, and so that in this way they both are somewhere interconnected. Okay, then after, he plants a home to heaven and I. Okay, a plant somewhere, a person who is going to plant a tree. So with the help of this plant, he makes a home to the person. Heaven is what? Heaven is sky. Here heaven is the sky, and what is anai means? So anai means near by. So the person who is going to plant a tree, so he is going to make a heaven, make a home nearby the sky. Heaven is the sky. Okay, so nearby sky, he, the man who is going to plant a tree, he just wanted to make a home nearby, close to the sky. Then after says, for song and mother croon of bird, in hushed and happy twilight, the tremble of heaven's harmony, these things he planted. Okay, he says that he plants a plant. Not for only these things what I told you just after this, but for the mother bird. But for the mother bird. The mother bird sings the lullaby song, or the cradle song. Here is written, see that the soft song that the mother bird singing to her young ones. Lullaby song and cradle song is what types of song? I will write lullaby, lullaby song, lori like. So that types of songs gives a peace and calmness to its young one. So that is why he says that they creates that types of plants, so that the young mother sings that types of cradle song. And this hustle, what is hustle? Hustle is calmness and silence. So in that silence, the silence when in twilight. Twilight is which time? That is evening, time of evening. So the mother song sings that types of cradle song to give the pleasant and calm to its young ones. And then after, the treble of heaven's harmony. Treble is what we can say, the high pitch sound. So the high pitch sound of their singing, is spread all over the heaven. That is completely the harmony of their high pitched songs, that is completely spread into the universe. So the man who is going to plant a tree, he is not only going to make friend for sky and sun, even he is going to have home near sky, as well as he plants a tree for the mother bird, who sings a cradle song for their young ones in the calmness time, in the silence time. And what about the sings? Due to the excitement of the bird's song, there is a high pitch, the high tone comes and is spread all over the atmosphere, and its harmony can be listened by all of us. The peace can be seen. So a man who plants a tree, these reasons are there, these benefits are there, so that he plants a tree. So here we had finished the first stanza. Now we have the second one. Says, what does he plants? Who plants a tree? He plants good shade and tender rain, and seed and bud of days to be. And ere that fade and flush again, he plants the glory of the plain. He plants the forest heritage, the harvest of a coming age. The joy that unborn eyes shall see, these things he plant who plants a tree. He says, a man who plants a tree, why? Because he plants a tree for cool shade and tender rain. When a plant becomes older, then after we can have the proper and cool shade of the plant, so that we can save and protect ourselves from heat. Okay, we can protect ourselves from heat, and also it provides rain, tender rain. Okay, and this rain, what this rain does, it somewhere nurtures our planet. So the rain, the tender rain, nurtures our planet, and then after the nutritions and many important things, the requirement what we have in our daily life, we can get with the help of plant, and plant will grow when there will be tender rain. So that is why writer is talking about the man who plants a tree. He plants cool shade which provide us from heat, and then after tender rain which provide us the nutritions to our planet, and seed and bud of days to be. And here that fade and flush again, he plant the glory of the plain. He plant the forest heritage, the harvest of our coming year. See, that he said that he plants seed. Person who plants a plant, he that plant plants seed, and then after birds of days to be. Bird of days to be means the when that one plant goes older, then after he plants seed, and in that seed then after have next one, the newborn plants. Then the new plants will help us in our coming days. Birds of days to be in our coming days, that will help us. And ere that fade, and then after when it will fade, then it flushed again, the new one, the next one will flush again, that becomes the new one. And then after, in this way, that process becomes there will be a chain of this process, and that becomes a glory of our plain, our field. And the plants will be the forest heritage. Or in this way, that becomes one plant, then again plant. So like that we have a forest. Okay, and then after that become the forest heritage. So that forest heritage is somewhere very important for our new generation. They will see that yes, this is the forest by which we can take number of profits. Okay, the harvest for coming days. So the joy that unborn eyes shall see, that forest heritage, that types of nutritious thing, and that types of crucial thing that we have in our life, that we will make today, will be seen for our unborn eyes, for our new generation. And then they will see that yes, this is our natural heritage. So in this way we can fame our natural heritage. So a person who is going to plant a tree, he will plant these types of profits to us. Clear? So the next and the last stanza is very important. Here writer is going to be philosophical. Okay, it is very philosophical lines by the writer. He says, what does he plant who plants a tree? He plants in shape and leaves and wood, a love of home and loyalty, and forecast through of service good his blessings for the neighborhood, who in the hollow of his hand holds all the growth of all our land. So now here writer is talking about a person. Okay, here you can see the letter H is somewhere in capital letter. Here also capital letter, and so there are two capital. Let me check in your book. Okay, these two. Then you can do the H like hold. Here, why it is given in capital letter? Because here writer is giving more focus on this stanza and the last stanza. Here the man is somewhere have a supreme power. Okay, the man is somewhere not thinking about oneself. Now he is thinking about the social. All the humanity he is talking about. He is thinking about. So that is why he is somewhere not an ordinary man. He is not an ordinary man, but a important person, a person like God. As God thinks for the benefit of us, is the man. A man who is going to plant a tree is somewhere going to think like God. That is why H letter, capital H, is given for the person who is going to think for the future, the person who is going to make our neighborhood, the person who is going to save our land, our barren land. She is written the second line. He plants in sap and leaves and wood, means the things, the nutritions, but what we are going to have with the plants, the fruits, the medicines, the wood, and all the things that we are going to have with the help of that person who plants a tree. You know, the person who is a who plants a tree is somewhere a person who is very loyal to his country, a person who is very loyal to his society, a person who is very loyal to his surroundings. Okay, a person who is having really somewhere a higher thought than us. So that is why writer is saying this philosophical line. A person who loves his country more, who loves his family more, who loves his neighbors more, his friends more, who loves his society more, can plant a tree. You know, a person who can forecast through his civic good. He is doing a civil work. A civil work is done by the man or the person who plants a tree, because he is thinking about society, about human. Okay, not only humans but also birds, animals, and the rest of the creatures, sun and sky. Now see, his blessings for the neighbor, as God blesses us. He says that his blessings also on us, on his neighbor. And then after, who in hollow of his hand. You know, hollow means what? You can see hollow means that empty place. Empty place in the field. So the man that is now not going to leave the field like this, that empty field. He is just working on this. He is planting tree on that field. So our field does not become barren. Okay, due to of his plantation. So in this way, his blessings, he gives us blessing, the way, the work, the act he is doing. And the man who will solve the growth of our land, the growth of our land, the development of our land is somewhere dependent on the hands. So he just hold it, he holds it. What? The growth, the development of our country. So in this way, student, in this stanza he is talking about two more lines left. A nation's growth from sea to sea, stir his heart who plants a tree. So in this way, when a country grow, that become a development, a growth from all over the country, all over the world. And then after, what is stirs? Excites. Okay, just wait. The stir is excite. So he excites in his heart, that excitedly, with happily, joyfully, he just want to give his blessing to others, to all the humans, to all the creatures. So try to do these good things for our country. Don't think about them, about yourself only. Try to think more and more for our country. So that was all about this poem, student. I hope that all the things has been clear to you. So if you have any doubt, you can ask, and then after, try to solve all the question answer that is given in your workbook. And if you have any doubt, you can please ask. So till that time, we will, in the next class, we will have the next poem, and thereafter discussion. If you need discussion, we will have discussion in one of our classes. So till that time, thank you so much.